put it out there. Nobody else is going to put it out there unless they have the actual picture or they take a screen capture of it and crop it or something. So.
All right. Any last questions on Instagram? All right. How many of you know what Snapchat is? All right. So Snapchat is kind of like Instagram, where you take pictures and you can send it to people, but it's not meant to be permanent. You set a time limit on these pictures, lasting anywhere from 1 to 10 seconds, and so it is meant to be, oh, here's a quick picture of something funny but not really important, and you want to send it to a friend. So you take the picture and you can send it off, and then the person can look at it for however long you set it. I usually set it for 10 seconds, and then after that, that picture is gone. There's no recovering it. It's supposed to be gone forever. And so it allows kids to share photos easily. No hassle of trying to text it to a person, so you don't need to try to add it to a text message or to an email to send a person a photo that maybe is not of the highest importance. And they delete after certain times, but these can be used negatively too, sending provocative pictures, or you can draw on the photos or add captions to them, and depending on what it is, that you can put that in a mean way. I know it hasn't been used kindly in school here. Kids will take pictures of a teacher and add stuff to it and just not show the teacher in the brightest side there. It can be used negatively, and that's part of the reason it needs to be controlled. Is it's too easy to send that picture out and then have it be gone, and you're kind of out of evidence. But
however, people can screenshot their message. You will get a message. On iPhones, you hit the top button and the bottom button, and it'll take a picture of the screen. The other person will get a notification of it. However,
there are apps out there that
there's tons of third-party apps that allow you to log into your account and save any picture that's been sent to you, because it doesn't view it the normal way. It'll just upload the file, and then you're gonna have to pay the currency of that app to view it, but it'll save it, and the other person will have no idea
We
that
had
you did it.
in fourth and fifth grade the last 2 years in a row, we've had some serious bullying situations going on with Snapchat. And this is also one of those apps where it's 13 and older, so technically those kids shouldn't even have the app to start with. That helps a lot with kids using these apps and things appropriately if we mind the age limits. And Vine, we'll kind of just touch on Vine a little bit, but that one's 17 and older too. That has a lot of inappropriate things on, and a lot of kids have it. Young kids, like third grade, second grade, and they're just not mature enough to use it yet. And again, I have a son and a daughter, and definitely my daughter is a lot more mature than my son is. So, I mean, you have to kind of look at that too, but not just chronologically, but are they mature? Can they handle it? That kind of thing too. So, I mean, a lot of kids will think that they have to have this. There's pressure socially to have these apps. And I've heard kids of going behind parents' backs and creating accounts if parents have said no, get on a friend's device or phone, and they log into their account and they have it. So there's things like that you kind of have to be aware of. So I would talk to your kids too, especially, like I said, anywhere in that grade range between fourth and fifth and junior high especially. Talk to them about, these certain apps and things, because there's a ton of pressure for them to have them, and so much so that they may choose to do some, inappropriate things or things behind your back just so that they can have them if you told them no, they can't. And the thing about Snapchat that I don't like too as a parent, and a reason why Elizabeth doesn't have it anymore, is because, like they said, it's, whoever sends something, then it's gone. She did get a couple pictures of Snapchats that were mean or kind of derogatory, and there's nothing I can do about it because it's gone. She didn't save it. So my action as a parent was then, okay, I'm going to take something that can be potentially dangerous away then. So you're not going to have Snapchat. So she has Facebook and Instagram more, where the picture, and I know the picture and the name is there and it stays there. So we can kind of see and track that. But that's kind of how I handled it. I have Snapchat. I don't use it very much. My biggest problem too, like if someone sends me something funny back, and they do now have messaging, so you can message something back. But before that, I was like, okay, my shoe, very funny, you know, or something like that. I didn't know what to take a picture of to send back to them, just to leave a comment. But now there's comment and stuff now that you can send back. And it is kind of nice too. Like if I do have friends like in Las Vegas and Phoenix and stuff, and they'll send me pictures and stuff. So that's kind of nice to get stuff like that. But and typically they're just kind of silly photos anyway. But for the younger kids, it's just too easy to make bad choices with this app. So this is not my favorite.
And you can also send little short video clips too.
Right.
They're not very good quality videos, but they're short videos. And so catch your buddy doing some stupid thing and then you can send it out to all of your friends. Or there's something called your story, which is kind of like adding it to your feed on Instagram or posting it.
Except it goes away in 24 hours.
Yes, it goes away in 24 hours. And so that's where anyone who you are friends with, or depending on your settings, can see the stuff you've posted in that 24 hours. So say you're going on a vacation trip and you, instead of sending that picture and having to go through and check everyone you want to send it to, you can just add it to your story and then they can go and look at it whenever they want. And so creating an account, username, password, email address. You can add friends and family. Snapchat, if you let it, will look through your phone numbers. And if other people have tied their phone number to their Snapchat, it'll recognize it and say, hey, here's a person you have on a contact list. Would you like to add them to your Snapchat? And so that lets you do that, and through email addresses. And in the presentation, there's a link just kind of going through how to set up a Snapchat and basic how-tos on it. Settings. Again, there are, this is the settings tab here, so you can manage services, kind of like Instagram. There are a few filters, but then you can also add, like the Weather Channel has one, so it'll say like, oh, 10 degrees outside, and you can just put it on top of your picture, or like how fast you're traveling. If you're riding in a car, it'll say you're traveling at like 55 miles an hour. There are just some neat ones like that. And then under privacy, here's your big one, is who you receive Snapchat snaps from and who your stories are shared to. And so who you receive from, if that's left to anyone, there are accounts out there where they just take anyone's email address, they just, I think, run through them and send out bad Snapchats, provocative. And so you'll be sitting there and you'll randomly get a Snapchat that has nothing to do with anyone else, but it's not an appropriate Snapchat. And so that's something to check right there, is who you receive snaps from. And as for friends, I have my friends set to where they'll add me as a friend, but I have to accept it to see them. And looking through my friends list, there are some of them that are people I have no idea who they are and do not seem very appropriate, but they tried sending me a Snapchat, and because I don't accept them, they can't get to it. And same with who sees your story. And so when you post a photo to your story, that's anyone I have it set to my friends. You can set it to like just yourself, just to certain people, or again to everyone. And so yeah, then you can set notifications, like if your phone makes a noise or vibrates to let you know if you have a Snapchat. And then you're able to block people too. So if there is someone who is kind of harassing you, you're able to unfriend that person and block them from sending you Snapchats. And so here are some, here's the friends page. And so these are friends who have sent requests and I've added. If there was someone in here, the box would be unchecked and it would ask for, I would have to check it if I wanted them to be my friend. Otherwise, you can kind of slide over and click X and it'll delete it. And then clicking over here brings you to this one. And this is where it'll look through your contacts on your phone and try to find people you might know already. And so general navigation of Snapchat is there's 4 pages that you slide in between. And so your main one is the camera. That's where you take the picture. There's just a white dot, so you click it like a normal camera to take the picture or hold it, and it'll start taking a video. But then swiping left and right will bring you to different places. So all the way over to the right is where the friends was. Then next one over was your stories, where people see. To the left of that is your camera, and then one more left is your conversations or Snapchats you've been having with other people. And so yeah, here is your just taking a random picture. So there's your button to take the picture. And so clicking here, our snap brings you over to here, or you can slide over. And these are all people you've had Snapchats with already. And sliding over to the right is kind of your stories. And so this is where people post stuff for anyone to see. And you'll get all of your contacts if you scroll down. And then one more brings you over to the friends list shown before. And so taking a Snapchat is as simple as clicking the white button to take the picture or holding to take a video. You can click up here to use your front camera if you want to take a selfie or get a group of people in there. You can add flash depending on night. And then after you take a picture, you can slide left and right and it'll add filters to it. You can click up, it's kind of covered by here, but you can click up there and make a pen so you're able to like draw on the picture with different colors. Some people draw like, say, a dinosaur or something to make a funny picture. They'll have someone reacting and then they'll draw a dinosaur in. And then you can just tap anywhere on it and you can add a caption. It doesn't have to be like that. You can add in big bold letters too. But it's just a way for people to quickly send a quick Snapchat of something. So I know, like, say you make a trip to Des Moines and you want to like take a picture with a mannequin in a store. It's an easy way for friends to take a picture and send it out to people. And it doesn't have to, people don't have to save that picture. It's like, oh, that's funny, or see what they're up to. I don't really, I have a friend and we just kind of use it for conversation instead of texting. We just kind of sit here and Snapchat back and forth and don't really get much out of it, but it's just constant communication with another person. I think that's it. Any other questions on Snapchat here?
We're getting kind of close on time. Do we want to go through Vine quickly, or do we want to skip that and go?
I can explain this very
Okay.
quickly. There's not a whole lot to it.
The big thing about this one too is remember that this is 17 and older, and this has to do with video.
Okay. To put into perspective real quick, it's owned by Twitter. It was released just this year. It's very similar to Instagram, so if it's owned by Twitter and it's similar to Instagram, that kind of puts it in perspective. You're only allowed to post 6-second videos, period. When this was originally released, it was for 12 plus. However, as the app developed, they realized there was a lot of adult material, so it had to be moved up to 17 plus, and that's why it's at that point now, is because the amount of people using it to post adult material. How kids use it, to post funny, short, self-made videos for entertainment, and a procrastination tool from what I've seen, heard. It's, oh, I don't want to do this, and they'll scroll through their feed and laugh at what they've subscribed to. Just like every other social media, you subscribe to certain accounts, and they show up on your feed. To create an account, there's really no reason to create an account for this. It's not used by anyone for any professional means. It's just for entertainment purposes, and that's pretty much it. Procrastination tool. Settings, if you do decide to post, it shows you who posts. You can share it to Facebook and Twitter. And it does kind of have a privacy setting where if you do come across something that's a bit questionable, it'll be a sensitive post. However, this does not prevent the material from being shown. You just have to tap it, and then it will play, not just play automatically like everything else does. Creating a video, all you do is you hold your finger on the screen, and while you're doing that, I'll take a video, and you can do that as many times as you want, up to 6 seconds, and there's no editing tools. Okay.
Wow, that was good.
Well, let me plug into Chromecast here, but it's a 6-second video that just loops constantly. And so they'll,
So it goes over and over.
it just over and over, the same thing. Let's just wait for it to pull up here. So here, there's just a little vine of a puppy. And so it's just the same 6-second video looping over and over again. And so people will do kind of funny things. They'll have short little witty comments. Art, let's try comedy. I'm not quite sure what's, and from the look of it here is you don't have to have an account to get on. And so it's open to public for anyone to It's
So
just short little videos that are.
you just never know what you're going to come across. That's why it's one of those things that, again, 17-year-old or, but we have lots of kids that have it already that are pretty young. I know some friends of ours, their daughter has it and she's in 3rd grade. So things like that concern me. All right, let's quickly move on to some Christmas buyer's guide.
This is your alley.
Okay. Woo. Still casting that same exact page. Whoops.
Okay, what we tried to do was give you some information about the things that the school recommended this summer when we started to talk about BYOD. These are some generic settings for Chromebooks. Chromebook, if you haven't seen one, this is an Acer Chromebook. We also have Samsung and Aussie, I believe. And when you open it up, it automatically launches. So it's very quick and easy to utilize. It does not store programs, so it's basically for internet use. You can get internet anywhere.
Your internet, your Chrome or Internet Explorer, that's all it is. You can't run Microsoft Word on it. It's basically an internet browser and that's it. So anything you would do on the internet, if you use Google services online, then it's great. They're cheap. They're usually a couple $100.
250 to 300, somewhere around
I
there.
mean, they're cheap. They're they're very light, have great battery life. But
They use
yeah,
pretty heavily at St. Lawrence Center too.
However, if you're gonna get one, get a case, because if you hold the screen too tight while carrying it, it will break the screen.
These Acers are a little bit thicker than the
Okay.
Samsungs we have. Yeah, the
I just
Samsungs
saw
are
a
very, they're very,
Yes.
Yeah.
oh,
they made them a lot. Even the Samsung, I think, made it a little more heavier duty to the newer ones out because the screens were so flimsy. Because yeah, they could grab it and it'll.
And it's built to be repaired by anyone. I mean, like one of the schools we visited that used Chromebooks throughout, the guys got so that they could replace it in less than a minute or a minute and a half, something like that, to put a new screen in. So it's not, I mean, for someone to fix it, it's not, extremely expensive or that type of thing. But it's built to be fixed.
It's exact coordinator's dream too because they can reset it in a matter of minutes too.
my brother had one of the Samsung ones that you guys were saying weren't that durable. He's dropped it. He's chipped a chunk of the plastic out of it and kind of broken it, but the screen still works on it. I guess he's gotten lucky, but
Yeah.
if you break it, it's not like they're hard to replace because since you use your Google account, if you do like Gmail or all the Google services, you can break this one, pick up a new one, sign into your account, and everything's there. It's nothing is really saved on this. It's all saved on the internet. So to use it to its full potential, you really do need an internet connection. You can use it without one, but it's meant to be used with one. And so in the library, the real big deal was kids during study hall, instead of having to fire up a normal laptop that takes 5 minutes to get going, they can jump on one of these and just get on the internet quickly.
And it does have USB drives, so you can save on external drives. So it is that way, and you can also, I think now they've got a more expensive version that does have a small hard drive for some storage. But anyway, and this is in the presentation. I just put the basic information up from Computer Concepts, just so you had a quick link of someone that sells them. They're out there. You can use Amazon. Because that's where I purchased mine, was through Amazon, because then I can make selections. There's all kinds of them out there. But this gives you some just basic information about the types of settings or the type of specs. Okay, these are the laptops that Computer Concept has right now. This Dell is the one that we currently purchased this summer for the high school. The one that we use at upstairs in the 4th and 5th grade is very similar. Well, in fact, we replaced those two up there, I guess. But we have another set of HPs that are very similar. This one just has a little more durable case, the edges, and also the hinge. The biggest thing about laptops, I think, is the hinge, because the one that I guess is in my other room, but it just has hinges like this, one in each corner, and so that puts a lot of pressure, where that one has a whole bar, and so because you're going to open it up a lot and close it a lot, so that was one of the pluses.
Keyboard on this one too. waterproof. This one is.
Yeah.
It's
And
bottle.
you want to feel a keyboard on a laptop too, because the spacing, even though it looks similar, the spacing can be off, and that makes it a little less conducive. These are just generic. Anymore, they don't really make a laptop that the normal high school student or adult needs anything bigger or better. So it's kind of up to you what you put in there, because these are just generic settings. If you're a big gamer or doing a lot of 3D drafting and drawing, that type of thing, then you have to worry about the specs, but most generic ones anymore. We suggest Windows 7 or Windows 8, the newer, the 8.1, not the older Windows.
And Windows 8 can be upgraded to 8.1
Okay. And these all have hard drives, so they can use the Office that the students can download for free, as long as they're a student at Kemper. So they have the whole suite. They can use cloud printing on any one of these through our Google accounts. But we just thought this would give you kind of an idea of some of the specs, so you have some idea what you're looking for or might be looking for.
Or you can splurge and get one
Yeah, Joy has a.
I that's my parents' splurge, and so I got a really nice one. It's touchscreen, then it also bends all the way back and becomes a tablet. So I had them spend a little bit more, but this will for sure hold up if you.
Thinking in terms of future, right?
Mhm.
College.
And they announced a newer version of this yet. That's thinner and lighter still. Granted, they are a little bit more pricey.
How much
so.
was that about?
That was $900, and that's also a refurbished one too. It retails for more.
These links up here, we added these collectively. The one I want to talk about, there's a couple of them I want to talk about before you take off. I'm a huge Christmas shopper online coupon kind of girl. So slickdeals.net and the next one BFAD, that's blackfridayads.com.net. Black Friday ads, that second one down, third one down, it sends me emails of the Black Friday ads before they come out. I've seen the Walmart, the Kmart, the Target already. And just to let you know, too, Walmart has, for instance, a laptop for $159 on Black Friday. I talked to Bill and he said whatever's on here is fine, it's good enough. They also have one for $249. They have one for $199. $349 is a touchscreen, $199 is a touchscreen. So there's plenty of laptops that are going to be out there. So if you want to fight everybody off and die for your laptop,
Black
Walmart.
Friday ads are actually out on all those websites already. They're
Yes.
on Walmart, Kmart, and
Yes.
Yep.
So that third one down, and also Slick Deals is also amazing for those kinds of things. They let you know already. Black Friday ads are out. I know I've only gone to the Walmart once or twice I can think of, but I'm heading to Sears because I can get a refrigerator I much needed for $300, and I have a $100 off coupon. So man, I'm getting a refrigerator for $300. So that's where I'm going to be Black Friday. So if you're out of Sears, I'll see you, and I'm getting the refrigerator for you. Yeah, and this was the other ones that we just added some fun things too. Google Glass is something that the boys experienced at the iTech conference when I took them. Leslie Fisher is a world-renowned speaker for technology tools and gadgets. I encourage the boys to go to her session. I've seen her every time I've gone there every year. And I said, go sit in the front and ask her if you can test out the Google Glass. And she let them all test it out. We even got some cool pictures. Did it not get up on this thing? Anyway, we got some cool pictures of the guys with Google Glass.
Yeah.
But this is what Google Glass, if you're not familiar, this is kind of a geek toy. They're glasses that have a little chip there. Explain what it is, boys. You know better than me.
It's a prism, so it's not in front of your eye. It's kind of up in the top right-hand corner. But what it is a see-through chunk of glass, and it's when it's on, a screen kind of shows up there, and so it can give you notifications off your phone, or to let you know if you have a text, or people use it for if you're biking or running. You can, or in the car. They don't like in the car though. You can use it for navigation. So it'll give you turn-by-turn directions where you're going. Then you can take pictures with it too.
I just get it that way.
It's basically letting you know what's going on in your phone up here. And then you can also use it to ask questions. And so you can say, okay, Glass, what type of cheese? She gave an example of
This is the glass piece.
that's kind of what it looks like. From
Okay, Glass, record a video.
kind of sitting up there. It's not carnival they're looking at.
This is it. We're on in 2 minutes.
Okay, Glass. Hang out with the Flying Club. Google photos of tiger heads.
Here, there's that.
You ready? You ready?
Right there. Okay, Glass, take a picture.
That is awesome.
Okay, Glass, recording video.
After this bridge, first exit.
Google. Very delicious and Thai. Arrow.
Google jellyfish.
Let's see.
It's beautiful.
It shows you where technology's headed.
However, there's already people having fun with it. They made an app that if you run often, zombies will run at you and you'll hear gunshots and stuff. So
To keep motivating to keep running.
There's like it's run zombies.
Yeah.
It's
the person told the story. Like, you already look weird as a tourist in New York with Google Glass, but then you suddenly start ducking and looking around because you're hearing gunshots and everyone's looking at you like, are you crazy?
There are other, particularly a big up and coming one is smartwatches. So Michael, he doesn't have it. I don't think you have it on right now, but he has a fitness tracker that can connect to his phone. Or Google made one, a smartwatch. Some of them have more screens on them that again are an extension of your phone. They're not there. Some are trying
Apple's
to
coming out with one in January.
Apple, but it's starting at $400.
Yes, right.
It's
And Apple or.
Yeah, it resets it.
But Google has one too, and I actually plan on getting one. I actually want to get one for the rest of this
Because they have
next to my phone. So text messages and emails and stuff will show up on it. And it has a microphone, so you're able to respond through
just
Google
a
Voice. Usability is kind of not out there yet, but a lot of them are also fitness trackers, so they're supposed to count your steps, track your heart rate,
Yeah.
just kind of supposed to help coach you and be more active.
Black Friday apps too.
I think
It's
it's
like
like
60 minutes
thing
training.
is called.
Fitbit, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's on sale more for like $79.
Yeah, that's like this one too.
Fitbit, that's the Force version, which actually is screen. There's cheaper ones where it's just dots and it'll tell you the battery. And you have to look at your smartphone, which is
That one, I don't think
information.
does. It's just
I
watch.
particularly
It comes out
Okay.
how much.
Okay.
It comes with really
My-
nice software.
There are some like Apple's coming out.
Calorie
with my watch.
intake, which is out there, output. It tracks your sleep really well too.
January, so pretty soon.
You can see how
Actually, you can
effective
sign
it
up
is.
for betas already, where
Just about anything fitness related.
Coming
It's a
out.
really good job.
but before it comes out, you're allowed to buy it, test it. All you have to do is send a review about it, but you really, you still have to buy it
Yeah.
actually, but,
There are kind of two categories to fall into. There's fitness trackers, which are kind of like that, which are kind of limited that they're meant to track your fitness and steps and stuff. And then there are ones that are you consider more smartwatch that usually have a color screen on them of some type. That will get, Michael, I think will get a week or two of battery life out of that. The ones with the screens
It's got
are
great battery
limited
life.
to like a day or two. But if you charge your smartphone every night, it depends.
But he doesn't have to wear any, like, how calendar monitors or something.
No, you don't.
It's
No,
just that.
It's all right there. You can set up programs and everything for number of steps, walking, your, you have to keep track of
There's
your
others that are turning on.
your calories in, your diet and all that stuff, so that's not helping out guys.
Some are better than others. Website CNET, CNET, they're a great website. They review everything. That's a good place to go if you're looking at one, just to see if they've reviewed it and what they think of it.
I'm gonna send you all, like a little evaluation, I'll email it out to you. And if I didn't get your email, send one to me. Again, my email is mjtrent@camper.org. So thanks again for coming, and boys, thank you again for presenting.